everyone, this is Rohan, and today for this Christmas video, how about I return to Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, which I did show in my update video. So this game, I want to do, I want to show off this video, or this game in one video I should be saying, because it's a pretty interesting one that I've had a lot of memories with, so I can't wait to share them here. Let's show off both, and show off some cop and race events today. I got some interesting plans for today, so But anyway, I think we're gonna start by using the current default DLC because it kind of relates to this event, Arms Race. But anyway, why is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered such a game? Well, this isn't obviously the first version of the game. It came out in 2010 as well, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. 2010 is what most people call it. So that game, the reason why that game is so special to me is that it was probably the first game I followed the release of, from my own memories at least, so that's quite a big deal. Pretty much, what happened was that I saw the game I saw like videos on YouTube, and YouTube is still very new to me, so that was cool. I thought the game looked really interesting, and then things got even more interesting when I learned about, more about the game. Mainly from its E3 reveal, which, that's kind of a interesting thing too. That kind of relates to why I named the video what I did. It's basically because, things were very different back in the day. That's what it felt like, so I know that Aston Martin here, he uses EMPs against you. That's one trying to spike him. And there we go. I probably didn't need a spike him there, but that's okay. We'll talk more about the gameplay here too, in future events. But this is going very well so far. For me. But anyway, so like I said, I saw this game, I saw the E3 trailers too, and the gameplay too. It had a E3 demo, it looked really cool, and the fact that you could also play as a cop too was also really cool as well. This game, just really intrigued me when I saw it, so I really wanted to give the game a go. And cool, so it come out November 2010, or I guess Christmas 2010, which is why we're showing it here. But we already took down 4 of them, so only one now. And all the fights were funky death, that's okay. So we'll get the game. I really enjoyed playing it, and I would play it on and off for the next 15 years, although not just the 360 version. Because there's also the Switch version, because the remastered version also had a Switch release. And then great. This event's going very well. It's definitely gonna beat my personal best, that's awesome. Anyway. So I got the Switch version of this. That also got remastered. And that's a pretty good version of the game. It actually runs pretty good. It's only 30 FPS, but it actually runs smoothly, which you wouldn't really expect from the Nintendo Switch. A third-party Switch game. It's actually one that, is a bit more active, like a racing game, like this, so But it runs perfectly fine on the Switch, and now of course I got the PC version because it's dirt cheap. And of course I want to show off in one video too, so I didn't even mention why we used the MP4 DLC in this event. One of the trailers that showed off the cop gameplay, or in the final release, I should be saying, what we would come to know it as, it was Arms Race with the MP4 DLC on this event, and that's kind of a big deal because the MP4 DLC was a very new car. I don't think it even came out in 2010. I'm pretty sure it was a 2011 car, so that's really cool. But anyway, so how about we do a similar event? This time we're going the other way up the mountain, this time in Infernal Rampage. And we're going to be using the Lamborghini Diablo SV. Probably one of my favorite cars in this class. We're doing Speed Enforcement, and we're also going to be showing the Exotic series. I feel like, this has a great batch of variety in terms of events and Hot Pursuits. And we're only going to be showing off Hot Pursuits because they're my favorite game mode. I think they complement the strengths of the game really well too. So that's maybe while we're doing that. So yeah. Anyway. So yeah, again, I saw a lot of like stuff. I saw a lot of stuff on this game before I got my hands on it. Like, yeah, there was a demo. I never got to play it, but I got to see gameplay of it, and it looked really good. It shows some of the early events in the game. You could download that on your 360. Of course, there was even advertisements for this game too on the TV, which yeah, that doesn't really happen as much. I mean, on YouTube it definitely does, but I guess it's because yeah, I don't really watch the TV anymore, so I guess that makes sense. Anyway. Oh yeah, that was a really cool thing to see on TV as well. And then yeah, later on I learned that this game got DLC, which also makes it to this event, because this is a DLC event. But anyway, yeah, I got DLC. It was console only for some reason, I don't really know why, but it had 3 DLC packs basically. I also didn't know there was 2 has the 1 once in some investment, so that's quite funny. Anyway, ahead of them, which is pretty good because we can spike them, so yeah, I doubt that being my record here, but it's okay. We still have a long way to go, but you need to do a lot more damage if you're going to do that, but that's okay. Anyway, so yeah, we'll take out one of the 177s. Anyway, there's a Porsche behind us now. Oh, they're dropping spikes. Well, that one's not a great place. Yeah, dodging things like that wastes time, which isn't good for your score, so yeah. I'm gonna hope my spike is better. Doesn't look like I'm watching that, okay. So yeah, this game got DLC, got 3 DLC packs, and yeah, one of them was Lamborghini Untamed, which gives you this event and this car. And yeah, it also has a racer version too, so yeah, most of the DLC cars have a proper race version, so yeah. So yeah, like I said, yeah, this game's special to me because, yeah, I played it basically on and off for 15 years. And 3 different versions of it too. And yeah, even past all that time, this game is still just as fun as I remembered it. Which, yeah, that's awesome, because, yeah, the thing that makes this game so good is basically, yeah, everything about it just, you know, ties into the strengths of not only the series is past, but also, yeah, just the gameplay itself. Basically, one thing is that, yeah, this is, of course, people want to see. It's supposed to be like a reimagining or a reboot of the classic BBC games. Pretty much, yeah, what happened was that classic BBC was all about, you know, fast cars, exotic cars. And then, in some of those games, getting away from the police. You know, Need for Speed Free Hot Pursuit, that was basically the game's MO. And in this game, yeah, that's basically, it's supposed to be like that. Because, yeah, Need for Speed was a pretty, in a different place at this point. And yeah, we took him down, good. So yeah, Need for Speed is a very different place, because, yeah, thanks to Black Box, the tuning culture became much more of Need for Speed's focus. And there was no problem with that, because, yeah, that was Need for Speed's high point in popularity, basically, because there was, of course, Need for Speed Underground games. People really liked Underground 2 especially, and then, of course, Most Wanted, which came out in 2005. The best-selling game in the series, it sold a lot, too, for a racing game as well, so yeah. Yeah, it pretty much did make, AAA figures, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember the exact number, but yeah, it sold a lot. Anyway, for this event, let's use another car you unlock a bit later. There's only one car left, which is the Porsche. Alright. So let's go with the Lamborghini LP740 Supercharger. Because I do like my Lambos. So yeah. Because yeah, we're going to be driving some more Lambos after this, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. But anyway. So, back to, yeah, talking. Let's stick on this event. But anyway. So yeah, again, like I said, you might be thinking that, yeah, why would this game, you know, decide to go back to the classic route? It's because, a lot of things. Black Boss basically got worked to death. To the death, I should be saying. Because, yeah, EA basically told them to make a game every year, and not just Need for Speed game every year. I'm pretty sure during 2007 they made like 3 games. Pro Street and Skate, to name a few of them. So yeah, pretty much yeah, the quality went down as a result. The games were just not as good as EA were hoping for. And yeah, that basically went to a head in, I believe, 08 with Need for Speed Undercover, which yeah, that's a game that pretty much no one likes. It's not like the worst game in the world, but yeah, people did not like it. So yeah, pretty much that caused EA to maybe look at some other developers, which caused them to look into Slightly Mad Studios, some Need for Speed Shift games, and then Criterion, who, well, they were with EA thanks to the Burnout games. So they decided to inject some of that Burnout DNA into a Need for Speed game. That was unfortunate miss, but that's okay. Nobody hits that spike. I didn't. Oh well. I don't remember being my record here, but it's okay, because yeah, it was a pretty good time. So yeah. The weapon had the desired effect, but it's okay. Aim that guy over there. This is great. We'll talk more about the gameplay probably when I'm doing the race events, because those events are a bit longer, so yeah. The card events take a lot shorter because all you need to do is take out the races. Anyway. I probably should also talk about one other thing with the COTS too, because yeah, it kind of makes another reason why this game is kind of special to me, so yeah, but anyway. So like I said, yeah, this game did really well, and then it gave EA faith that Criterion was the way forward, which, yeah, unfortunately for Black Box, after Need for Speed The Run, which would come out the next year, yeah, that was it for EA Black Box, which is a shame because, again, they made some really great games, and probably the best games in the series too, in Underground 2 and Dishonored. This game, yeah, I don't know, I don't know if I call this, you know, better than those games, but again, it's special to me, so that's kind of why I remember it more. And why I also consider it kind of a meaningful Christmas present too. Because yeah, when I was asked at work about, what was my favorite Christmas present, I said this game. Well, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2010, but yeah, it was because yeah, I tried to record this game before. I was happy with it, but then I realized that yeah, I could make the quality even better, so yeah. So I'm going back to it. And yeah, this is actually getting recorded before I even start my next playthrough, so yeah, if you're wondering. But anyway. So yeah, looks like I'm not going to be able to use the Porsche for the event, but that's okay. We'll use the Porsche on the racer side then. But anyway. So yeah. But now let's get a bit more personal, I guess. Why this game, means a lot to me. Let's go and do Charge Attack. And I think for this, we're going to be using the Sonderschienenway. Yes, I'm not so sure if we're going to use on the racer side, that's why. So yeah, we'll use on the cop side then. But anyway, so yeah, I feel like this game actually conquered my fear of the police in games, which yeah, that might seem very random, but yeah, it was a thing, because yeah, I did try to play Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005, but I couldn't really get very far in the game. I think it's because yeah, I didn't really know how to deal with the cops. Like yeah, they really terrified me with what they could do. Like yeah, again, I didn't know back then that you could just getting busted could be just, you know, a slap on the wrist. I thought that yeah, if you got caught, that could be the end of your car or the whole career. So yeah, I was really scared of them. And this fear led into other games too, like Banjo-Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts. Because at a certain point in the game, you get the police chasing after you. I don't know what they're called, because again, I don't remember that game very well. Because yeah, it's a very weird game. And they're doing stuff like that, but anyway. Yeah, I've seen some weird stuff happen in this game. As of recently, it's kind of funny, but anyway. So yeah, let's use a lot of pizza, because I've given a lot of pizza, so yeah. And I actually landed. There you go. But anyway. So back to talking. So yeah, let's talk about things. So yeah, So yeah, pretty much yeah. Anything that had like the police in them, and you had to go against them, I was scared of. So yeah. So I couldn't play it. But then I played this game, and you could play as a cop, which yeah, that definitely helped. Also playing the racer side too. Although initially when I played this game, I only really wanted to play as a cop. So yeah. So there's that. I think another reason behind it too is you actually don't really get to play as the police in games too. It's more rare than you have. Like, yeah, there'll be some games that focus on it, like, yeah, this game to an extent. The Crossfire games, you actually play as cops, so yeah. That's really cool. Although I won't know about those games until I actually played them, so yeah. Again, it was really cool, though, yeah. This is definitely a lot different from those Crossfire games. Instead of, you know, arresting people by figuring things out, you're straight up basically killing people, so yeah. And yeah, they would kind of play into the brutality of what you're doing, basically. Again, you're not actually killing people, but you are using very excessive force. So then, Need for Speed Rivals, yeah, basically, they made out the cops to be more villainous because they were using lethal force, basically. So because of that game, yeah, as the name suggests, it's basically about the rivalry between the cops and the racers, so yeah. And yeah, that kind of is interesting too. It's basically like a sequel to this game, but yeah. It kind of got played by being always online, and yeah, it also didn't run the best too on PC, for example, so yeah. Until people modded it, so yeah. So instead we got this game. This game, again, it's probably not as flashy as Need for Speed Rivals. Need for Speed Rivals also look really good. It could look really good. It's just that, again, yeah, it kind of got played by, you know, just technical stuff, so yeah. Yeah, I beat my personal time here, though, so that's good. Yeah, it's not bad. So yeah. And yeah, playing as a cop 2 is very interesting as well. They do have different weapons when compared to the racers. They have the helicopter, which can drop spikes on the racers, and then they also have the roadblocks, which are actually really good. They slow down the racers, and if they crash, then that could set up for a really lethal attack, so yeah. So anyway, with that done, let's play as a racer. And we're going to start with Double Jeopardy. So what car should I drive? Let's try something a bit different. And yeah, I do have actually every car in this class now, so that's cool. So yeah, let's try something I haven't driven yet. So how about the I'm doing the Viper actually. Let's try the Dodge Viper. I actually really like this Viper Violet, so let's go with that. Anyway, because yeah, we show enough Lambos at the moment, although we're gonna be driving another Lambo in a bit, so yeah. Anyway. So again, yeah, that's why again the cops, yeah, I really like playing as them. And yeah, I kinda wish that, you know, more Need for Speed games allow you to do that, because again, the series is mainly known about, you know, running away from the police, as we're gonna be seeing here, so yeah. Again, I think another aspect of me being less scared about the police is because, yeah, this game kinda, you know, indirectly teaches you how to deal with them. Because you have these weapons and stuff, but the best way to deal with them is just to, you know, run away from them, as you're going to be seeing. The best way to use their weapons is in self-defense, basically. Or if I want to mess around with the other races and try to get pursuits, because yeah, racer pursuits obviously are a little bit different. Instead of, yeah, trying to bust the other racers, I need to beat them in a race, so yeah. Meanwhile, the cops are going to be hounding us, although they haven't arrived yet. They do some interesting things with that in another event later in the game, so yeah. But yeah, I won't be showing that event. I have another interesting event to end this one, so yeah. Anyway, let's take on some others. And yeah, this event's called Double Jeopardy because the cops attack in pairs, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Let's talk about the gameplay a little bit more too, the actual gameplay, so yeah. But both as a cop and a racer, it has a brake drift feature. If you don't know what that is, it basically refers to a racing game where you use the brake button to drift. Although yeah, you don't actually have to use the brake button in this game. Sometimes it's actually better to use the handbrake. No, yeah, you can use the brake, but yeah, sometimes though the handbrake is a lot better though. It allows you to make much sharper turns. So yeah. And yeah, very much yeah, high level gameplay of this game is going to use the handbrake for most drifting. So yeah, but if you're playing the game casually, you can just use the brake and yeah, there you go. Interesting about brake to drift is that with like regular racing games, and yeah, that wasn't great for my turbo. Turbo is basically like a golden mushroom. In fact, yeah, you can. The weapons of this game, yeah, they can be. You can compare them to weapons in Mario Kart, which yeah, that was what I was going to talk about. So yeah, I think they're going to try and spike them. But yeah, I said self-defense, yeah. Again, I can take them out. You do get rewarded. You get a lot of bounty, which is needed for progression, and also unlocking more cars. Although, I wouldn't say more progression. It's just, you know... it's just like, yeah, all you do to progress is just complete events, so yeah. But it's kind of like, again, there's not really a reason to show everything. It's just that, yeah, you can replay any event, so yeah, you can just kind of, you know, play what you want, so yeah. That's kind of what I'm doing here, anyway. So yeah, back to talking about things. So they're trying to take me out. Again, I could drop some spikes there, but I don't need to yet. Although, yeah, they're going to try and EMP me soon, so yeah, that's probably the time to do it, so yeah. Anyway, sick of weapons. Yeah, spike. There you go. Man, either you get bounty, but killing a cop also gives you a full boost gauge, so yeah. So it's going to our brake to drift, yeah. In the racing game, it feels like brake to drift is kind of hated. Like, people prefer in the arcade races more grippy. More basically grip handling, basically. Basically go around corners super fast and not having to drift around them. But I feel like in kart races, like most people who play kart races don't mind. Which I kind of wish that, you know, the actual racing game community was like, well, I mean, it's just because, you know, games like Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005 has such an impact, so yeah. I guess I got rid of the EMP like that, so there you go. I'm really not going to beat my time here because that time was really good, so yeah. Spiking again. And again. I can do that. It's not a bad idea to do it now though, because I'm going to get full booster. So yeah. I can also talk about how the boost works too, because it's kind of interesting, because it actually is different between Copper and Racer, but yeah. You actually want to play this game like a kart racer, so you have this boost obviously. The best way to use it, at least the basic way to use it I should be saying. To do that, all you need to do is just use it outside the corner for a burst of acceleration. Basically like this. Although there is some nuance, and that kind of comes down to how the cop and racer nitrous works. Which I like because, yeah, it balances the game. Maybe for its multiplayer, which is actually good. It's just like, yeah, I haven't thought about it because, yeah, I haven't experienced it yet. It's kind of strange, but yeah. Watch I crash again. Again, that's why the robots can be quite scary. But anyway. I can do this. I have 4 jammers. Jammers basically stop anything the cop can do. Whether it's spikes, EMPs, I can even see that roadblocks, so yeah, it's like better prepare for them. Anyway. So again, there's a bit of nuance to the boost, I should be saying. Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. Just watch that, so that's cool. Anyway. Hey, you should be using your weapons, though. Like, yeah. If I did use my weapons, I might have gone a better time. Although this time is definitely not bad, considering I crashed a lot, and that time, yeah, I didn't crash at all likely, so yeah. Which, yeah, that's what crashes should be saying, yeah. It's basically a punishment for playing badly. I'm actually gonna win this. I got a bit scared there, but luckily the Zonda also crashed, so there we go. Not a great run of this mission, but I saw that I didn't really use any of my weapons, which, yeah, that's probably a mistake. Like, if I did use iron weapons, maybe I could have, yeah, got a better time. That's okay. Hard to say, though, because, yeah, again, I'm only need the levels of self-defense, but yeah, I was going to talk about the boost, so yeah, let's do that. So, as a cop, the boost, it's harder to charge up, because as a racer, you can charge up by driving dangerously. Either by drifting, near misses, oncoming traffic, although I'm pretty sure that cops can get boost with, some of those things. I think some of the more dangerous ones they can't. Anyway, you do get the Lambo Gallardo Valentino Bamboni. That's in the Super Series. And yeah, there's a lot of unlockable cards, especially on the racer side, because yeah, some free DLC, I think. I think it was 3. It could have been paid. They gave you basically racer versions of some of the cop cards that were exclusive, so yeah. Anyway, I was got achievement, cool. Anyway, let's do, I believe, a mission over here. Let's do Rogue Element, where we're gonna drive the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. Which, yeah, I definitely want to show in one race here, because, yeah, it's probably one of my favorite DLC cars, so, yeah. Anyway. I also like what it sounds like when you start too, which, yeah, I can maybe show off with this, but anyway. So, let's actually talk about how the boost works. So, yeah, again, cops have a hard time charging it up. The thing is, though, it charges up automatically, though. So eventually they're always going to have it. Racers, though, they have to try dangerously, otherwise they're not going to get boost. And then how it works too is differently. The cop boost is basically only for acceleration, because it doesn't last very long, and it doesn't help push the cop over the top speed. But for a racer, it lasts way longer, and it can push them above top speed. That is some of the more advanced tech in this game. Basically, if there's mostly straight, what you can do is that you can use your boost to go above top speed, and then yeah, you actually go a little bit faster as we see. So yeah. So that's interesting, man. We're getting chased by some Lamborghini Diablos, another DLC car. Well, we're using a DLC car, so yeah, that makes sense. Maybe this time, yeah, I will make use of my weapons. Here. One way you can dodge an EMP is to spike them down. So there you go. And you can save your jammer for other things, potentially, so yeah. But yeah, as for the weapons, yeah, they remind me a lot of Mario Kart. I mean, it's an obvious in a way, because most people have played Mario Kart games. And, you know, weapons are a big part of car races, so yeah. But in this game, yeah, I think this game has one of my favorite versions of weapons. I feel like, again, there's probably some other games I'm overlooking a little bit when it comes to the weapons. Let's try using a turbo here. We have a pretty straight piece of rotor. Anyway. And yeah, the turbo is also counter to EMPs too, because you get so far away from them. Anyway. There's another funny thing about the turbo too. That's for the multiplayer, but yeah, again, we're not really focusing on the multiplayer, although yeah, it is really cool. But yeah, you can also use the turbo later in this event, there's another good place to use it, but yeah, in a Hot Pursuit, you're basically using it as a way to get your time down for a better score, so yeah. Because you're basically, the only thing that really, I guess, I won't say the only thing that matters, but yeah, what you really want to do in this game is try to bet yourself. Or, if you have online enabled, try to beat your friends on that speed wall. Anyway, so yeah, what else to say? Yeah. So yeah, again, there's definitely a lot of nuance of playing both as a cop and racer, not just because of their objectives. So yeah, it definitely makes the game feel very fresh, so yeah. And very fun on both sides too, like yeah, I like playing as both sides now, even though before, yeah, I didn't really want to play as cops, so yeah. So let's talk about some other things about this game too. This game has, I'm gonna check here because I can't really see all the spikers. Anyway. So yeah, I want to talk about, you know, how this game looks. It looks great. Like, for 2010, again, the remaster definitely looks a little bit better, but yeah, for 2010, this game did look really great. And then yeah, seeing this game at 4K when I was, you know, playing it in my own time, yeah, that was pretty impressive, so yeah. Only playing at 1080p here, but I think it's still going to look pretty good after this, so I hope. so yeah. Okay, here's also a pretty good place to use the turbo too, so yeah, but anyway. Let's dodge that. Not had to use the jammer. You have a reward for being more skillful. You're driving, not just relying on your weapons, so yeah. That's pretty cool. But anyway. So again, this game looks great. The world too is also very interesting too. Like again, I think about Evil Sea Rise. Evil Sea Rise has some gorgeous areas, mainly in the snow. The snow looks like amazing. Some of the best snow you'll see in any game, probably. But anyway, but this game, yeah, again, environments are good, they're very well varied. I think it also helps that, yeah, this game, I'll also show this. You can EMP the health of it, but you don't really need to. It's just kind of something fun you can do, so yeah. We did beat my personal best, that's awesome. So yeah, using the turbo when I did was probably good. Anyway, back to, yeah, talking about this whole... Secrets County is a very fun place. Again, it's fictional, but yeah, it does seem like it is kind of inspired from some real life areas, so yeah. Like, yeah, one thing I did hear from a video I watched was that, yeah, pretty much, yeah, this world, despite being open world, it was basically designed around, you know, being fun to drive on, so yeah. Anyway, before I do check out the 911 GT RS, which I really want to drive, I'll show that, yeah, the system Lento, yeah, I really like the start sound. There you go. Yeah. It's like a Lamborghini Gallardo, but it's in a campfire, basically, but it does go up a tier in the Performance Classic because of that. But yeah, I do like the car start sounds. Diablo also is a pretty cool one. So there you go. That's another reason why I really like it. Well, let's try the 911 GT RS. And we'll drive it in red. Anyway. We're doing Hauling Up now. This will be a worthwhile event to talk about, so yeah. May annoy that, but yeah, the cars also look great, and this era car too is really fun as well. You got a lot of supercars and a lot of hypercars too. This is really where, you know, in that video I watched too, yeah, the term hypercar really started to exist around here thanks to what Koenigsegg is doing, and of course the Bugatti Veyron. So yeah. Alright. And yeah, the thing I was supposed to mention about the world of this game is, yeah, despite the fact that it's open, it's still, you know, designed perfectly around the driving, and then what you're basically going to be doing, you know, so yeah. It's designed for the gameplay first and foremost, so then, yeah, that's why people much prefer it over, or some people I should say, prefer it over other open worlds and racing games, so yeah. So yeah, there's just a lot to like of the game design of this game. It's a really well-designed game, and I think, yeah, it does help that Criterion are the ones who made it, because they kind of knew how to do this with the Burnout games that they previously made, so yeah. And let's talk about this event. This event is also kind of notable for being pre-release material, I guess you could say, although this one is for the remaster, because yeah, when the remaster was revealed, what they did was they showed off this event, Hauling Up. And the reason for that is the trailer story was basically about beating 510, or 5 minutes 10 seconds, which I did, as you see there. As you know, 510, it's Pokemon Go basically, so yeah. Anyway. Yeah, this event's a pretty fun one because it's pretty hype because of what happens later. And yeah, the COTS do really pro everything. This is one of the last events you unlock in the Exotic series, so yeah. It makes sense that, yeah, they be throwing a lot of things at you. Anyway, let's try to spike them down here. Now, you have a dilemma here, because you have this Sister Elemento launching EMPs at you. You don't really want to get hit by an EMP, it does a lot of damage, and if you lose all your health, well, that's it. You're not getting anything. So yeah. So this Sister Elemento, he likes to use EMPs against you, but the thing is, though... there's another EMP, that's not great. So I probably do need to... jam her. So basically what I was trying to say is, yeah, you got these guys launching EMPs at you, but the problem is that you kind of want your spikes for something later, and you only had 2 jams. So yeah, got quite the dilemma here. And then of course your EMPs don't really help. Of course you've also got your turbos too. Like you kind of want to use your turbos to get far ahead in a straight, like I'm going to do here. Hopefully. There is some risk to doing this though if they have a roadblock, so yeah. Oh yeah. So I forgot to mention my Mario Kart comparison, so yeah. But the races, it works perfectly with the races because all of them can be tied to other items. So yeah. So you got Turbo, that's basically the Turbo is basically a golden mushroom. You go really fast, but you can't really control yourself as well. But anyway, here's the reason why this event is very interesting. You get chased by a Bugatti Veyron at the end. This guy is very scary because he's in the Hyper Series. Basically, the game cheats to give you a good challenge for this event, which I find kind of cool to be honest. And yeah, this guy could keep up with you even with your turbos, so yeah. And he's onto the teeth as well. Watch it, yeah, that's what happens when you get hit by an EMP. It ain't fun. So yeah, I'll take the hit though, because I think there's gonna be better times to use my jammer. So here's the Veyron. If you can take him out though, it's really satisfying. So yeah, that's something we might try to do. And that's why we have the spikes. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, again, Turbo, it's basically like, Golden Mushroom. The EMP is basically like a red shell. Or a green shell, because you kind of need to aim it, so yeah. The spike is like throwing a shell behind you. I think I'm gonna try this. But now I don't have like channel for the rest of this event, so that's not great. Didn't work out as I wanted, but that's okay. Yeah. But yeah, I would like to pick up the Veyron though, so yeah. But again, if I want a good time here, I better ignore him, so yeah. But I have a lot of spikes left, so I better use them. They hit each other. That worked out really well. And now I got spikes. Yeah, I didn't hit that, that's okay. He's gonna drop a spike at me. And yeah, I got hit. No way I could have pushed that. And yeah, that means that I don't beat 510, that's okay. Yeah, that spike, yeah, that's why I wanted the champ at the end, basically, but that's okay. I did get a 510 though, so I guess it works out. Anyway. But yeah, again, that event, yeah, it's really hype. That's why they used it for the trailer, that's what I'm sure. So yeah. Anyway, that's not it though, because I wouldn't mind showing off an event in the highest tier with the best car in the game. Let's do it's not here. Let's do Hunted. Now we get to drive the Grumper Apollo in the Hyper Series. And we gotta drive it blue like Sonic, which yeah, that's kind of funny, but anyway. So yeah, again. That event, yeah, I really like it. These hopper suits are just so much fun. But anyway, let's talk about this event and the Grumper Apollo. So yeah, the Grumper Apollo is the best car in the game. There's no question about it. Like yeah, pretty much the thing about it is that when you drive it, you basically don't want to drive anything else because it drives so good. So yeah, and this event, yeah, it's all about it. So we're gonna use it. And yeah, this event's kind of cool because there's a YouTuber and he made a video about this event, but the music was Breakthrough All from, actually I don't think it's called that. Actually, is it called that? I'm pretty sure it's the song called Liven. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it is called Breakthrough All, anyway. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, he used it to basically he basically used it as the music for this event, and yeah, it was awesome. That video is quick. I do recommend checking it out if you like Sonic Frontiers and you like this game, so yeah, which I definitely do. But anyway, yeah, you could definitely consider some meta car, which again, this game does have multiplayer, so I assume that, yeah, if people have unlocked the Grumper Apollo, they're probably going to be using it, so yeah. That is what it is, yeah. you can't. Sometimes you just can't escape meta cars, or in like Mario Kart skate sometimes meta bikes, because people want to win these races, so they're going to use the best options. So yeah, and yeah, the Gumbo Apollo is absolutely crazy. So yeah, that's exactly why I want to show this. So yeah. And we'll see if we can get post a good time too. So yeah. I think it also helps that, yeah, this event also kind of shows it in a good light too, because yeah, it's pretty effective. And yeah, this is also a DLC card too. So yeah, a lot of interesting stuff is happening there. Yeah, I'm gonna try my turbo here. Yeah, so this is a very decently straight piece of road, so yeah. I didn't do it perfectly, but it's okay. But yeah, we're clear of... we're pretty clear of the cops too. The races, yeah, are getting really left behind. Because again, this thing just drives so good. Nothing else in the game drives like it, and yeah, that's kind of why, again, it feels like a meta car, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, and guess what? Join Pursuit is yet another Gumbo Apollo, so yeah. Yeah, this guy's also kind of fine because I'm pretty sure in Top Gear they called it ugly, but yeah, it makes up for that. That's a dang sure, so yeah. And to be honest, yeah, I think it actually looks pretty cool, so yeah. Anyway, we took down the Bugatti Veyron now. Yeah, another Bugatti Veyron is a DLC car, so that's cool. But I definitely need to use the Jammer though. Well, luckily I still have 2 of them, so that's good. And this guy's gonna kind of slow me down as the problem, so yeah. I'd rather use the Spike to dodge, I could steal something from him. Like, no. So there we go. Yeah, like I said, let's hope we can get a good time here. Okay. Luckily that Spike wasn't too big, so there we go. And yeah, I still have 2 jumps, so that's good. Yeah, we're looking good on time too, so yeah, I should be able to beat my record, so that's nice. But yeah, again, I love playing this game too. Again, I don't think I need to show a play for the channel. The closest thing would probably just show all the Hot Pursuit events, to be honest, so yeah. But yeah, fun to drive. Playing as a cop is really fun, playing as a racer is also fun in its own right too, and yeah, this game means a lot to me too, because again, I played it for a really long time, and yeah, considering this is coming up with Christmas, yeah, it's been 15 years since I did, so yeah. Again, a game I really want to show off, and hopefully I did show off the game in very good light, but anyway. So that done, yeah. I guess back to my current playthrough, and yeah, we'll see what the new year's video is gonna be like too, because yeah, that'll be the next like one-off video, so yeah. But anyway, so I hope this is a fun one to watch. I hope that yeah, this game is fun too, and if you're wanting to, on at least the old Nintendo Switch, this is probably my favorite racing game on it, better than Mario Kart Deluxe, at least. There aren't that many other racing games on the Switch, so yeah. But hey, the Switch 2 now has Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World's also pretty fun too, which I have played a little bit, and then Sonic Racing Cross Worlds again. If I can get that at a good price, I wouldn't mind checking it out, but anyway. Of course, yeah, there's always this kind of go back too, so yeah. And yeah, it definitely reminds a lot of other games that I hear my friends talking about too, when they talk about racing games, so yeah. But anyway, so that'll be that. Hope this is fun to watch, and hope this proved a nice little Christmas video, so yeah. Next time you'll see... we'll see what happens next time, and yeah, I hope you look forward to seeing it, and yeah, I'll see you guys again for that.